What's up, guys? This is going to be an interesting episode because I'm going to show you an old clip first, which is like a total of 6 minutes or whatever, two parts. And then after, I'm going to talk about my thoughts now on the present moment versus and basically just give an after action review. So I think this is going to be potentially interesting. So we'll find out and let me know what you think. It's about 10:45 right now on December 29th, 2017, and something that I was not expecting to happen just happened. My laptop, the part that accepts the charge, the part that basically this right here, obviously put the plug in. Somewhere in here accepts what is the what is providing the or the plug rather, but it cut out and it sparked, and I was like, okay, that's interesting. And then I noticed the screen brightness changed, which means it was unplugged, quote unquote, which means it's not working anymore. So this is on its last 5 minutes right now. I spent the last 5 minutes. I've spent the last hour getting all the remaining shit onto that onto that little USB disk. Yeah, I'm super grateful for the cloud right now, because so much of what I currently probably about the past 3 weeks or whatever, I've just been working on putting everything in the cloud that is important to me. And thank fuck I did it, because there's a potential I might just but just stop using this laptop. My god, this is taking a long time for this to start up. The reason I'm starting this up right now is because I have one more file that I would like, and that's Reflections 002. And this might just be like a forever non-existent Reflections, and I might just yeah, it's crazy to think about. I'm fucking grateful though that I uploaded all the templates and everything like that for I have everything that's pretty important to me. I just want Reflections too. It's important. So what was I gonna say? It's worth noting that when this happened, one of the first things I said was, I am going to make an opportunity out of this. I have no idea how, but I'm just I'm going to make this a good thing. I'm not sure how, but it's going to be a good thing because I will make it so. Yeah. So it's going to be. There are some obvious signs already to me that I'm not going to verbalize right now, but I'm already feeling optimistic. I'm going to make this an absolute blessing in disguise, and I'm looking forward to whatever happens. Immediately, it's just an opportunity to get away from my laptop and do other things that aren't so development and design based. And also, I'm going to be appreciating the laptop much more when I get there. And when I get another laptop, or if I fix this, I'm not sure what I'm going to be doing, but yeah, feeling good. I'm also really fucking grateful for the phone and how much I can do with just an iPhone. It's pretty phenomenal. Yeah. All right, so those are my thoughts right now. I hope you appreciate my zit in my forehead. And yeah, interesting times. I believe in miracles. That was literally the thing that was going through my mind while my file was transferring to the USB stick. I fucking got it to work in the nick of time. Holy shit, that was crazy. It actually what even happened after I moved the laptop and it died because it was that's currently what it does, but it was seconds away from dying. So that was amazing. Thank God so that's Reflections 2, which was edited, and now I have to re-edit it. But at least I know what the hell I'm looking for now. That's the thing with redoing editing and stuff like that. It's the hardest part is actually getting getting what you'd like to be there, but once you have it, it's very easy to like recreate and do it better actually. So anyways, thank God for that. I'm so grateful. Oh God, that was such a miracle because I super didn't want 001 then 003 on the fucking second episode being blank. So thank God for that. It's time to go drink a shake and try to figure out what the hell I'm gonna do with this. But again, I'm gonna make an opportunity out of this. Period. End of fucking story. All right. Ciao. 3:36 on February, March 25th, 2018, and my voice is clearly gone right now. I was yelling a lot at Boombox Cartel, who I just saw in Toronto on Friday, and it was a lot of fun, but I was screaming and yelling a lot, so yeah, it's gone now. But it was worth it. It was a lot of fucking fun. So anyways, I was just watching this, the clips of me and talking in real time about when my laptop broke and like going through and explaining my thought process around like what was going on in my head during that time. And I made some predictions in there about like how it was going to be an opportunity because I was going to make it so. So I thought it'd be interesting because this is from like 3 months ago, I think now. Yeah, it was almost spot on 3 months ago. That's I thought I would make an after action review, if you will, and just like talk about how it's become an opportunity and how I made it so. Got some little notes right here, trying this out to keep myself more focused. So after that happened, it really it broke my reality because I was so used to just fucking defaulting into being on that laptop so often, and I still required a laptop, but it also showed me like how powerful we can do so much with just the phone in our pocket. It's insane. So it showed me just like how powerful the phone was, how much I actually do not require a laptop unless I'm going to be doing development or editing. Like those are basically the only 2 things that I can't do with a phone. So that was super cool. And by far the biggest thing though that happened was it forced me, and I genuinely think it was like the universe, if you will, pushing me towards an area, and that area is non-material source energy medicine. And you'll be hearing about this more as time goes on, but this is something that is it's insane. It's insanely good, and I've been training myself on it for the past 3 months, and there's so much to say, but you'll get more of that in another video. So, but because I didn't have a laptop and I wasn't coding stuff like Infinity or lists or anything, or even joshmoxey.com for that like slight period, it forced me to get focused and work on the non-material stuff. So I'm excited about that shit. It's actually incredible. I cannot say enough good things about it, but you'll see that soon. So, and with that period where there was like no coding for a while, this was like a period of 3 weeks where I was not coding, and it made me appreciate coding so much more when I returned. And you might be wondering, how did I return? My mom had a backup laptop that was like decent enough to run stuff like IntelliJ. I don't know if that's actually how you pronounce it, but software for coding and all that jazz, and some Adobe stuff as well. So I was able to like use that temporarily, and I'm actually still using that to this day, and it's been incredibly helpful. So thank you, Mom, for lending me that. And yeah, with that though, which is interesting, I've been using that for 3 months, and that's been super helpful, and it's allowed me to get a lot of shit done. It's allowed me to build joshmoxey.com, and I'm about to launch it. The deadline, if you will, the timeline, it's projected to be launched on my birthday, so I'm excited about that. I like to do like stuff like that for my birthday, just exciting launches, closing of loops that I haven't closed yet, so that's exciting to have that as this year's. But anyways, in regards to the laptop, I've been using the mom's laptop, but I had this like hunch the other, probably 2 weeks ago or whatever, to like open my, and actually I've been having like frequent hunches around this probably a month ago, to just like look in my closet and look at the laptop. And I couldn't understand why, but I was just like feeling like I should do that. And eventually, after like the fourth time of these hunches, it's a hunch, by the way, like a gut feeling. It just felt like I should look at the laptop. So I was like, fuck it, why don't I take this out and try it again? And what happened with my laptop is like, what the actual root cause was that I discovered was, it was because after those videos, I took the laptop apart and tried to figure out what was going on. It was actually the wire was frayed that was connecting the charger to the actual laptop that accepts the input. So it was fraying because I once took apart my laptop like a month earlier from that video you saw, or audio. And what happened was like the hinge broke on the left side, which means that it was like almost like sawing against the wire. So that's why the sparks happened, because it was fraying every time I moved the laptop up and down and closing it and opening it. It ended up almost sawing against the wire. So that was what happened. It was getting close to like completely fraying, like completely coming open. But what did I do? I like added some wire and then closed it up, and I thought for sure that would or not for sure, I thought maybe that would work, and it didn't at the time. And I was like, what the fuck, what happened? Like, I thought definitely this would work, and it wouldn't even turn on. I'm like, what did I do wrong? Like, did I fuck up the battery? Like, I just don't know. So even the battery wasn't working. I'm like, maybe this is just dead. And I decided to get this laptop out the other week after those hunches and try it out. So I was like, okay, let's see if the battery works. It's not even turning on by itself. So I decided for some reason to plug it in. Like, that made no logical sense at the time, but I was just like, fuck it, might as well, because I thought for sure there was doubts about the wire. Like, I definitely, not really sure why I said for sure. Now that I'm like thinking about it, I definitely was halfway on the fence. Like, this could really work, or this could really not work. So in terms of like the wire actually working and charging after that. So, but I got it out, I plugged it into the wall and tried to start it, and it actually fucking worked. And I'm like, whoa, what is happening right now? How is this working? And so it ended up being fixed, and I figured out like what was going on with the battery a few days later. And it was because the screw wasn't fully in, and I actually had to fix it with like some fucking tissue paper, because there was the wire, or the screw broke, and it was very interesting. But it's working. I don't know if you can see that. That is the laptop right there, and then this is the laptop that I've been using for my mom's. So I'm super grateful for that. And yeah, it's been, I've had the old laptop, if you will, my laptop, I've had that running for probably 2 weeks now, and it's been incredibly helpful. And now, so like, that is a massive opportunity in itself too, because now I have mom's laptop that I use for coding and everything else, but this laptop, because it's like locked down because the hinge is broken, I can't really move. Yeah, that's the other thing. I can't move it. It has to be on some sort of like surface with a backing behind it, because this right here, this is like, can you see it? That like drops with gravity. It's not self-standing at all. It's literally just like flimsy as shit, because it's so broken in that aspect. So it's locked down on my desk, but it's still working, which is fucking huge. So I have that. I'm going to be using that as my content laptop. So to do stuff like the podcast, to do micro clips and micro content, even like some design stuff if I feel like it. But typically I'll do most of that stuff on the other laptop that my mom's lending me. It's so helpful. And this is all until I can get a new laptop, and I'll probably get a newer version of the Dell laptop that I was just referring to, the the laptop I used to have, or technically have now, but it's just basically like borderline out of commission, but it's thankfully still working, but just in limited ways. So, so yeah, now I have 2 laptops temporarily, which is fucking sick. And that comes from me being able to see at the time of challenge, I was looking into the future without any reason to believe that there would be an opportunity, but I just knew that from past experience, I know that based on a challenge, there's the opportunity to either make it worse or make it an absolute win. And I just choose to make it a fucking win, because why would you choose to make it even worse? Like, I think it was Napoleon Hill that said, in every failure heeds, I don't know if that's a word. In every failure, there's basically an opportunity to create even greater success or failure. It's up to you. So I choose success. I choose winning, and that shit adds up over time. Big time. What else do I got? Yeah, and with the content laptop, man, it's like the biggest part of why that's so valuable is because what some of you guys probably don't know who aren't into creating videos and stuff like that, when you're rendering, it takes up a shit ton of RAM. It basically just like, you can't really do anything else. It's going so, depending on how much RAM you have and also how much you're allocating in your system preferences, but there's so much RAM heading towards the software you're using. So it basically stops you from doing anything else. And if you do try to do anything else, it's incredibly laggy. Everything's moving at just like the speed of molasses. It's very, very slow and painful. So it's definitely worthwhile having this. And now I can like render whenever I'm doing code. I can code while I'm rendering, because I'll have the rendering going on in the one laptop and I can code on the other laptop or do whatever else I want to do on the other laptop. By the way, just because I probably will forget this if I don't say it now, it was very valuable to see how powerful, not really the coding is, but the stuff that goes in before the coding, the pseudocode, if you will, the planning, the architecture, the design, like all that stuff you don't technically require a computer to do. And it was a cool experiment to watch myself literally have to do that all like in Google Docs and on paper before. And I was just doing as much as I could when I didn't have that temporary laptop to use, in order to basically just like do what I could on joshmoxey.com, because I had no other option. It was just either that or it didn't move forward. So it was cool to really take the time and just build without building, if that makes sense. It was all like everything else I could do without coding. So that was incredibly interesting. And now it makes me very grateful for my laptop, though at times it is fading, it is fleeting gratitude. And I have to keep reminding myself of that, or else I will become, I will take it for granted again. So it's very easy to do that. Anyways, this is fucking, it just worked out perfectly, and I have nothing else to say, but fuck, I'm grateful that this all happened, and it didn't work out the way I was expecting to, but it worked out absolutely perfect. And now it's definitely a motivator to create more money so I can get a new laptop. And I will, just a matter of time. So anyways, it's been your boy Josh Moxey, and I will catch you guys in the next episode. Ciao.